What's going on, guys? This is Omegafraz of Omegafraz Gaming, and today I'm doing a quick showcase of um, all the challenges that I've completed so far, as well as all of my camos that I have, my armory, and just how much I've done in this game so far. I don't have the greatest KD, obviously, because challenge hunting, you're pretty much choosing between going for KD and going for challenges. So my KD is kind of crap, but um, you know, my most used lethal is the Biospike, apparently, which is considerably an accomplishment, I guess, uh, as I haven't really used any of the other ones at all. And I got 235 kills with the worst one in the game. So I guess that's saying something. I haven't really used any other grenades. I mean, I used C4 a bunch, but only because I was trying to go for the cryo mine challenge, which I needed to kill people who were stunned, and I would lay them on top of each other. My weapons, NV4 mainly because that's the first one you get every single time you prestige. Xeon is my favorite ranged weapon. VPR is my second favorite ranged weapon. Uh, RVN is my third. I only have R3K more than the RVN because of I was using it particularly because of the Spearhead variant for destroying score streaks. Um, but then you get into the Volk for experience gain. I did that a lot. And it's kind of curious because the DLC weapons, I've been using them more than I have the base game variants, which have been in the game since the beginning. And then I got the combat knife more than I have a lot of these more popular variants. So I mean, it's worth noting that I don't use the best weapons in the game when I play. I just use what works for me or what I enjoy using, which is just my playstyle. My favorite weapon in the game is the combat knife. I have 2,381 kills with it. Eventually, this will outperform the NV4 because I never use the NV4 anymore. And if I'm not using if I'm not using a gun or not doing a challenge, I'm always using a combat knife just because I like using a combat knife. I mean, it does, like, you don't get high streaks or anything, but it's so much more satisfying when you do get a kill and you knock someone off their streaks and the way they cuss you out because you're using a knife in a gunfight. It's just so much more gratifying. So I gravitate more towards the more terrible weapons than the strongest ones, just because I like that extra challenge. Most used rigs, Phantom Striker are my favorites. I almost never use the Synaptic. I don't like the Synaptic. It's not my playstyle. Warfighter, I don't use that. I did for rigs, but that's about it. Once I got those, I don't use it anymore. Merc, don't use it anymore once I got done with rigs. FTL, I don't use it at all. Really. Personal radars is by far my favorite. I love personal radars. Best score streak is obviously going to be the one that nets the most kills, but and that you can get easier than, I mean, you can get more kills with a Thor, I guess, but you don't get Thors as often as you do Wardens. my score per minute in game modes. Honestly, this is going to be a little bit skewed because of the fact that I'm usually doing challenges in said game modes. Usually if I use or play a game mode, it's usually because it's easier to do a challenge in that game mode. So, medals, well, actually did manage to get a, where is it? I did manage to get an ultra kill, which is kind of interesting. Frenzy kill, I got tons of those. Super kills, I've never gotten a kill chain. Just not really that good. I've gotten I've gotten 3 brutals apparently. Juggernaut, haven't gotten a Juggernaut yet. Unstoppable, haven't gotten one of those. But those are really the only ones that anybody cares about. These ones are just ones you get from playing game modes. But let's go over to Quartermaster, over to my armory. I've got all of the assault rifles, got most of the SMGs, at least every one worth buying, and this one that I don't have, I have in Mark II, this I have in Mark II. This I have in Mark II. I have this in Mark II. I have both of these in Mark II. So really nothing to buy. I could buy those that remain with what I have in salvage, but why? And then for the Mark II collection, I've got all of the RBNs. Got the Flatline, got the R3KT, I've got the Blitzkrieg, the Ripper, the Cerberus as I mentioned, Liberty. Snipers I really don't care about. I don't typically use them aside from camo challenges, so I'm not even going to assume to be a sniper. I do have Black Sky on all of them, including the new ones, but I don't have the axe yet in either variant, but I've got all of my mission teams at 100 except for the first one, mainly because I don't really like any of the weapons that are in the first one, so I did that one last. All of these were like way more worth it than that one in my opinion. Quartermaster collection. I got the Yokai, the Blowout Mark 1, the Stalker Mark 1, it's kind of weird because I have every variant of the RVN, including Mark 1 and Mark 2, which is kind of weird that it gave me both of them. For snipers, I've got the Trek 50s. I don't have the epic of any of the new weapons, though, that just dropped. So, That's that. Score streaks, I have everything. And then for camos, got Black Sky on every weapon, including, I got Black Sky on that. I got Black Sky on that. I got Black Sky on that. Let's see, I've got the Augur Black Skied as well. Actually, ironically enough, I think I was actually the, don't quote me on it, but maybe no one's come forward, but I'm pretty sure I'm the first one to get Black Sky Trick 50, which is kind of funny. I don't think anybody's really going for it. The gun's kind of crap. I don't think anybody really goes gung-ho for challenges like I do. The way I do it, I like screw my KD. It's when I go into a game, my objective is not to win the game like other people are, or even to go positive. My objective is to get the headshots I need, or get the 3 kills that without dying that I need, or to do the calling card challenges that I need. If I need kills with a biospike, I go into a match with combat knife and double biospikes, and that's my weapon loadout. I don't use a primary, and I don't use my combat knife unless someone's too close to kill with a biospike, or unless I'm out of biospike ammunition. So that is why my KD is so low, but if you look at, let's see, Humps Barracks challenges, I've got, still have to do the victories because I haven't played a lot of game modes. Still have to do these because I don't play a lot of game modes. Still have to do this one. I'm pretty close though, so I ain't worried about it. I've got that one. And that one's at 79.1%. This one, I think I only have 2 challenges. And that's the FWB, which I can't hit one of my own teammates with a freaking sticky grenade for the life of me. And then I got this one, shoot an enemy C4 out of the air, which is like gotta be one of the hardest ones in the game. People don't throw them. For one, they place them. If they do throw them, they don't give you a warning that they're going to throw them. And 2, they don't throw them close enough to them to kill them either. They usually throw them from windows or something if they do plan, or throw them over an object onto a point in which you have no warning. You don't even see the target there to know that they're going to throw a C4. So I don't see that I'm going to get that one for a while. Tack resist is a little bit hard because one, there's 2 problems with this one. One is as soon as they see that you're using tack resist, whether you kill them or not, they stop throwing them. Or they switch their loadout to something that doesn't have their tacticals on it. Similar to like if you're using grenades and you have to kill someone with a grenade, they switch to a flak jacket type setup where they are resistant to grenades or rocket launchers. So that one's difficult for that very reason. I mean, you can maybe get 1 or 2 of them a game. occasionally you'll get the odd person who's going for challenges and they don't care whether you have tack resist or not. They're going to throw their tacticals regardless. We got this one. I still need to do that. Rigs. I still need to do most of my rig challenges. They're mainly the streak ones. But I'm not worried about that. Got that. And score streaks, I got 100% on score streaks. Special ops, I'm only missing 2. One of them is Chimp Warfare, and the other one is the one where I need to protect me and 2 other teammates with a dome shield, or from a Trinity rocket. I forget what it's called, but I did get a nuke once. And once I got the nuke, I don't see the point in trying to go for one anymore. There's no reason. I'm a challenge hunter. I don't see the point. If I'm not going to get anything out of it, I don't see the point in dropping a nuke. Especially since it is so difficult to do if I don't get anything to show that I got that many nukes. It doesn't do anything for me. It's not worth the headache. I got the calling card, that's all that I need. And I really don't feel the need to prove myself either when people are like, how do you got the nuke calling card and you're total crap? I'm like, no, you have no idea what my, like this here, all this is like 90% of the challenges in the game. Add that to my rigs. The only rig that I need before I have Black Sky is I need 5, or not Black Sky, Solar, is I need Sand Dune, which I need 5 more double kills in a single activation of Pulsar. And then I'll have my last piece of gear for Gold, and then Diamond, and then Solar, and then I'll unlock Black Sky challenges. So not really worried about it. As for taunts and gestures, not really missing much. I'm only missing a handful of them. Yeah, there's like 5 of them missing, and this just goes to show that if you play long enough, you can pretty much get anything in the game. You don't need to spend a lot of money on the game. I mean, I played it since the day came out, or the game came out. I have 33 days played, 33 days, 4 hours, 7 minutes, and 23 seconds. And that's about how long it took me to get this much stuff. And honestly, I mean, I was smart with my deals. If I had enough keys, and if something was dupe protected, I bought that with salvage, or not salvage if it was available by salvage, but I bought that with keys if it was available by keys. Don't really spend COD points that much. I think I have 100 on there because I bought something on Black Ops 3 a while back, and then I also bought a voice pack, or not a voice pack, I bought the CWL thing on here, because I do have the taunt and the, or not the, yeah, the gesture and the outfit for the warfighter. So, but pretty quick video, and this is just felt like making this video because this is something that I've really worked hard to achieve. I eventually plan on getting 100%. I want to get all of these done before I move off this game, and it's going to be made easier by the fact that I don't plan on getting World at War. I'm not a fan of that game. I'm not a fan of boots on the ground. So, and as less people get on this game, certain game modes are going to get removed, and some of these challenges may change and become easier. So, I mean, you just saw the tactical wins change. So all I need to do is play in the tactical mode set instead of playing capture the flag. And I can do that, and I play tactical all the time. I wish that the ones I've already played, which counted, I wish they would do that, because I would have already had this done if they had changed this or made it so that it backtracked how many wins you played. This one is probably going to be troublesome because I don't see that search and destroy, once there's so few people on the game, I don't see that search and destroy and uplink are going to be popular game modes, and they may have to remove them entirely. Defender and reinforce, don't really like them, but I'm going to have to do them. And free for all, that one's going to give me some trouble, mainly because, I don't know, too many good players in free for all. I guess it's super sweaty. I am the perfect example of a casual player. I don't play like winning the game is my life depends on winning the game. I could care less if we win the game. I could care less if my KD goes down. I mean, my KD is not that great to begin with, but I mean, it's only like 0.75, but granted, how many people do you know that have everything that I have? And if any of those pro players were to go and try to get everything that I have, would they be able to keep a positive KD? I doubt it. They know that. That's why they won't even go for it. They won't touch it. If they manage to get the challenges done while keeping, or by accident while playing the game, they're like, oh cool, I got this challenge done, and they're like, ooh, that's done, I don't have to do that. But for the most part, they're not going to touch it. It's not something that pro players typically go for, especially when you got where is it? Not that one. I think it's in. You got some challenges that are like ridiculously difficult. Where is it? Lethals. You got one where you have to get 80 kills with the biospike. As I mentioned, the biospike is not the greatest lethal in the game. There's other lethals that are way better than the biospike. It does not handle at all like the throwing axe. Then you get ones like the flechette grenade. The flechette grenade is a piece of crap. I hate this thing. It does not reliably kill people. It doesn't do it. In some cases, it could direct hit them. They could not have flak jacket, and they would still survive. It just doesn't do enough damage. The only way that they could die is if they were already damaged when you threw it at them. It just doesn't do enough damage. And it doesn't have enough blast radius. the rare chance that you're at point blank range and you manage to get all three of the split grenades to actually hit the target. That because the split grenades have no splash damage to speak of. They don't do enough damage individually to kill the target. All of them have to hit the target in order to kill them. Um, they have to be damaged. So it is literally one of the worst grenades ever. I found some use for the um, exploding drone. I found that it was easier to use as a distraction. I'd throw it in one direction and then go the other way, or throw it and then shoot at the enemy rather while they were trying to shoot the drone out of the air, rather than using it to kill anyone. If I did kill them, that would be good, but I made it not my goal to kill them with the grenade, but to use it as a distraction and hope that someone was stupid and ran into the grenade, because it was not reliable at all. And then you got feats. These feats are some of the most bogus challenges in the game. You got kill an enemy by shooting your own exploding drone 5 times. As I mentioned, the exploding drone kind of sucks. It has to be literally at point blank range if you shoot it out of the air in order to kill the target. And it has a ridiculous amount of health too. And so you have had to have already damaged it quite a bit before it even reaches that point in order for it to explode. It's really, really difficult to kill someone with it while throwing it at a target and shooting it out of the air. It's also not easy to kill it before someone else does, because it's really, really easy for the enemy just to shoot it out of the air before they do. This one was actually easier than I thought it would be. It's potentially difficult because you have to basically throw it cross map and hope that you hit someone, because the range it requires you to kill someone means that you can't see them. You just throw it over a building and Hail Mary pass it and hope that someone runs into it. And I spawned into one game on terminal, threw it up the very first time I tried this challenge. I threw it up the stairs and killed someone on my first try. That will not happen for the average player, ever. That will not happen. I just got lucky. That happened my first game going for this challenge. So that will never happen for the average player. Double kills with the biospike. Again, the biospike doesn't do enough splash damage to really kill them. They have to like literally be standing on top of each other. This one's kind of stupid because there's no way of knowing that the trip mine. I mean, people do camp by their trip mines sometimes, but they also camp by other people's trip mines. There's no way of knowing that when you shoot the trip mine, that the person standing next to it is the person that placed the trip mine. And there's a reason why you only have to do 3 of these, and that is why. And then possibly the most annoying one, even more annoying than NBD, is by far my house. While going through this challenge, I found that people do not go in your dome shield. They always shoot it. So what I had to do in order to get this challenge completed is I had to equip a combat knife. I would see someone camping on the ground or laying down or being unaware. I would throw a dome shield over them and stab them. That is what I had to do in order to complete this challenge. The only way you're going to get this challenge done is by doing that. Guns do not kill fast enough and might pop the bubble. Um, they're just as like when you're using any other weapon that won't kill them in one hit, they're just as likely to step outside the dome shield. The dome shield is too small for gunfights. You have to use this combat knife. Um, and so that's the only way that I could get that one done. It was really annoying. Um, the bonk medals, they just kind of happen. I just randomly got it. I think I got 3 of them in one game, and I wasn't even going for them. But that happened while I was going for grenades, and I wasn't even going for it. It just happened to be really accurate with grenades and hit them in the head, and they happened to die. One of them happened to be with a tactical, which was funny. I hit him in the head with a smoke grenade, and he died on hardcore. And I'm like, what? I killed the guy with a smoke grenade, which is hilarious. Dude's probably like, what? I died from a smoke grenade? Apparently, a headshot is critical damage if you hit them with a smoke grenade. I actually found out that a headshot with any tactical on core is just enough damage to kill them as well, because it always does headshot multiplier damage if you hit them in the head with any tactical. It doesn't matter what the game mode is. It wouldn't matter whether I hit him in the head on core or whether I hit him in the head on hardcore. He still would have died. But this is kind of a run-on video. I'm kind of showing you everything that I got. Got quite a bit. Also, something that kind of happened today. I was watching Prestigious Key's stream, and knew that he was in a particular playlist, and I backed out and joined the lobby several times until I spawned in his lobby and just had fun chasing him around with a combat knife for an entire match, which was fun. But he had to leave after one game. Just glad I got to play against him in one match. That was fun. The combat knife is by far my favorite weapon. So the entire stream, I'm like, I really, really want to chase after you with the combat knife. He's like, I'm not sure I want you to. You might wreck me. Killed him like 4 times though, and it was already midway through the match. I think he was like one of the only people I killed. But that's gonna do it for this video. Peace.